If there are 5 rich people around you, it's most likely that you are going to become the sixth. And if there are 5 fools around you, it's most likely that you are going to become the sixth. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to be consistent and build your dream life. So if that's what you are looking for, then this is the perfect video for you. And if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Ehi. I do videos on becoming a 2.0 version of yourself. If that is your vibe, do well to subscribe to the channel and keep on watching. So my first tip for today's video is, a lot of people are so focused on their goals. A lot of people are so focused on what they want to achieve, right? So there are major life goals that people want to achieve at the end of the year, or at the end of 5 years, of 2 years, of 10 years, whatever it is. People are focused on those goals. And I'm an advocate for having goals and having standards. You have to forget about those goals and focus on the smaller things instead, which are your patterns, your habits, and your systems. Because if you say, for example, maybe my goal is I want to have a better relationship with God, for example. By the end of the year, I want to know that, okay, I've come a long way in having a better relationship with God. It sounds very vague. It sounds very kind of difficult to accomplish. But if you actually break those things into systems, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to actually break those things and make it easy for you. Focusing on the goals is going to discourage you, because we don't like difficult things. Nobody likes doing difficult things. And when you write those goals and then you don't break it down into systems, or you don't break it down into like daily habits or monthly goals like that, you are going to think that it's difficult for you to accomplish. But when you say, okay, I want to have a relationship with God, you break it down one step further. Maybe by the end of the year, right? You break it down one step further. Okay, how do I have a better relationship with God? Okay, by maybe fasting every month, or like by praying. Most people start their morning with social media and things like that, right? And that is a bad habit. Don't start your morning with social media. I'm even talking to myself. Don't start your morning with social media. But when you replace that screen time with maybe you spending some time to like pray, spending some time to worship, even if it's 5 minutes. And also, if you want to do something, start small. You can't say you want to have, maybe you want to have a better relationship with God or something like that, and then you just think that automatically 5 hours every day, you can do 5 hours every day. No, you have to start small. If you at that moment or at that point in time, you are capable of doing 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, start with what you are capable of doing. And the more you progress, the more your capacity builds, right? A lot of people start so strong. They want to dive in head first. They want to dive in full force, and then they can't consistently keep it up. And that is because they have started what they can literally not finish. So you have to start small in order for you to be consistent with your goals, right? So you want to have a better relationship with God. Every morning, try to do a 10 minutes. If you are capable of doing 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. Or every night, just try to build and create a daily routine around that, rather than just making it so vague and saying it plainly without actually having like systems and habits in place. So when you do something consistently, you become 1% better at each day, and at the end of the year, you are 37% better. Definitely recommend Atomic Habits. If you've not read that book, go and read that book. It's an amazing book. It talks about when you build a routine, system, or habits or patterns that are able to help you accomplish those goals, you would find out that you are even doing more than you expected. Because becoming 1% better at the end of the year, you're going to become 37% better. 37% better than the last year. That is an amazing shift, and that is an amazing way to get ahead of people. Second tip is focus on one thing. You have to focus on one thing. A lot of people think that they are capable of multitasking. Multitasking is not for everybody. Multitasking is not for everybody. If it is for you, if it works for you, that is fine. But I'm talking to people that they cannot multitask, right? It is better to be like, if you're a master of all trades, then go ahead and be a master of all trades. But if you can't be a master of all trades, try to focus on one thing and be so good at it that your talent cannot be dismissed. Literally, become so skilled, so vigilant, so diligent at something that your talent cannot be dismissed. Even if it's one thing, people are going to know you for that one thing, and people are going to be able to call you than being average and a lot of things. That is what I would definitely recommend. But if you can be good at a lot of things, you should definitely do that. But for people that want to consistently do something and accomplish their dream life, you have to be focused on one thing and be so good at it in order for you to stay consistent in it. Because when you are doing a lot of things, right, it is hard to stay consistent in each thing, right? So you are learning this, you are learning different skills and different traits. It is going to be difficult for you to put in the same amount of effort to those things that you are learning. But when you focus on one thing, you are giving your all, you are giving your heart, your passion, everything to it, you are going to become so good at that thing, so skilled at that thing, rather than just giving little time to each thing. It is better for you to focus on one thing and be so good and consistent at it. So the next tip is to condition your environment for success. Sometimes we are not the problem, where we are is the problem. And conditioning your environment does not only mean people, it means planning ahead as well. For example, you want to study, you want to do a night routine, whatever it is, make sure ahead of time you have already set the surroundings, you have already set up your candles, set up your schedule, set up your routine. That way, when you are doing the task or when you are doing the activity, it becomes easier. If there are 5 rich people around you, it's most likely that you are going to become the sixth. And if there are 5 fools around you, it's most likely that you are going to become the sixth. So a lot of people don't condition their environment for success. They feel like they are so strong that their environment is not going to affect them. Oftentimes, if you are not strong enough, it is highly likely that your environment is going to influence you than you influencing your environment. So if you can't change the people, if you're around pessimistic people, if you're around people that are always having negative thoughts, always gossiping, always doing those type of things, it's most likely that you are going to adapt to that environment. But if you're around people that are uplifting, positive, optimistic, and good willing, you are going to adapt to the environment as well. So it's very good for you to surround yourself in the right environment. Oftentimes, we want to change people, and some people don't want to change, right? If you want to change somebody, that person has to decide that they want to be changed. So if you can't change the people, change the people. So if you can't change their behavior, change their pattern, change their attitude, change the people that you surround yourself with. And that is a great way to stay consistent with your goals. Because if you're around people that are so lazy or that do not want to become better or that do not care about like living a good life and living a fulfilling life, that environment, that attitude, that aura, that energy is going to reflect on you, because those are the types of people you surround yourself with. But if you want to build a life where you are consistent with your goals, with your finances, with your education, with your career, you have to change your environment and surround yourself with the right people. So my next tip in staying consistent is that you have to overcome the fear of failure. Failure is an illusion. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And oftentimes, I read this somewhere, right? A lot of people are not scared of failing. Nobody is actually scared of failing. People are just scared of other people seeing them fail. Because, for example, maybe you're in your house and maybe you tripped over something and you fall, or you do something embarrassing. You're not going to be embarrassed because you can see that no one is there to see you, or no one is there to laugh at you, or no one is there to make fun of you. But when you're in public and you trip and you fall, that is when you feel like you failed. That is when you feel like you're embarrassed because other people saw you fail. So you're not actually scared of failure. You're just scared of other people seeing you fail. That is what a lot of people are scared of. And failure is an illusion. You never truly fail unless you give up. So in order for you to stay consistent with something, you have to embrace embarrassment. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. We live in a time where everything is just so like fake. Everything is just so like you're always seeing 10 out of 10, 100 over 100. So when you are starting from scratch, it's like, oh, I'm failing, or oh, it's so embarrassing for me to do this, or it's so embarrassing. Look at where my mates are, or like, look at what they are doing, look at what like they're accomplishing. and then you never start because you are scared of failing. But how do you fail something that you've not started before? You have to pay the price of embarrassment for you to become a master. You have to be someone that is teachable, someone that can learn. You have to be capable of looking at fear in the face and saying that fear is not going to stop you. Failure is not going to stop you. Doubt is not going to stop you. Your ability to do something in spite of circumstances is what makes you truly strong, right? Your ability to do something in spite of the conditions is what makes you to accomplish your dream life or your goals and stay consistent with something. So you have to pay the price of embarrassment. It is the cost of entry. That is the price you have to pay. When you are starting something, it's going to be cringy, it's going to be boring, it's going to be embarrassing, it's going to feel like you don't know what you are doing, and that is because you don't know what you are doing. But with time, as you progress, you are going to become better and better. So stop being afraid of failure. Failure is when you truly give up. You are not even scared of failure. You are scared of other people seeing you fail. And the truth is that other people may look, stare, and laugh. And after 5 seconds, they are going to look for the next thing to laugh at, or they are going to look for the next thing to be miserable at, or they are going to look for the next thing to stare at. So you are not truly like scared of failing. You're just scared of other people seeing you fail. So stop being scared of other people seeing you fail. So my final tip for today's video is that you need a visual representation for your goal. You need a visual representation for the life that you want to have, right? Because it is so important. I feel like saying something is fun, thinking about something is fun, but writing it down, having a visual representation of it, it it just makes it real. It makes it look as if that you have already accomplished those things, right? So I have a thought in my mind, I have an idea in my mind, but when I put it somewhere that I can visually see every day, for example, I write my goals, I write what I want to accomplish, and I put it on my mirror or as my screensaver or as something that I can see each day, it's going to motivate you to actually do what you are supposed to do. Because there is a difference between thinking about the life you want, dreaming about the life you want, speaking into existence the life you want, and actually having a visual representation of it. You have to truly visualize something for you to see the success of it. Whether it's having pictures of your dream car, or of your graduation, or of your house, or of anything that you want to accomplish as your screensaver in your bathroom, in your mirror, even if it's just writing, even if it's like you writing those things down, it is so important for you to have a visual representation of it. And I didn't know the importance until like I actually started having visual representations of it. Because when you see it, the more real it becomes, right? The better you believe in it. I mean, before you've already like thought about it, you've already spoken about it into existence. But having a visual representation of it is so important. Seeing something and knowing that one day you are going to get there, it just boosts your motivation. It just increases your consistency because you know that this thing is not impossible because other people have accomplished it, other people have achieved it. It is just impossible to me because I have not yet done it. Having a visual representation allows you to know that this thing is not impossible because other people have accomplished it, other people have dreamt of it. It is only impossible to me because I have not yet done it. And it's not because I am incapable of doing it. It's just because I don't have the right tools, I don't have the right equipment, and I don't know how to do it. But when I show up for myself consistently, when I do something that I said I was going to do, when I say I'm going to edit the video, I'm going to edit the video, I know that it's not impossible for me to accomplish those goals because if other people can dream about it, if other people can think about it, if other people can accomplish it, then I am capable of accomplishing it. That is why having a visual representation is so important. It helps you to practice success, right? So when you see something that you like and you claim it, when you see something that you like and you pray for it, when you see something that you like and you visualize it and you have a visual representation of it, it helps you to feel like you have already done those things. It helps you to feel like you are practicing for success because you are definitely going to be successful in whatever it is that you want to do. So guys, those are my 5 tips for you to stay consistent and build the life of your dreams. So I'm going to give one bonus tip right now, which is you have to take breaks. In consistency, there are breaks. Not because I'm saying, oh, you have to be consistent at something. That means that you have to do everything back to back to back without resting, without taking breaks. you are going to get burnt out. You need to know when to relax. You need to know when to rest. You need to know when to take out time to breathe. You need to take out time to have fun. You need to take out time to just relax. In your pursuit of greatness and your pursuit of success, you have to know when to take breaks. If not, you are going to get burnt out. So that was a bonus tip, and these are my tips for building your dream life and staying consistent. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 300 subscribers, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.